back to the last chapter of the further adventures of Hank the Cowdog. This is chapter 12, Home Again, part 1. It was dark by the time I got into familiar country. Off to the north I could see the caprock brooding in the moonlight, and off to the south I could hear the bullfrogs croaking. Up ahead I could see the dark outline of the machine shed. I'd been gone for days and I'd notched up some pretty exciting adventures, but it would be good to be back home again. I wondered how tight the security had been in my absence. I had a pretty good idea, but I decided to give it a little test. Instead of coming into headquarters the back way, I marched right past the house and the machine shed, the vital center of the ranch operation. No challenge, no warning, no order to a halt, no barking, no nothing. I mean, the whole place was exposed like an open wound. Any scoundrel could have walked in there and had himself a picnic. I went down to the gas tanks to see if Drover, my assistant, was pushing up Z's on his gunny sack. He wasn't there, so I moved on down to the corral. As I approached the saddle shed, I heard voices. "I'm tired of playing tag," said Pete, "and I'm tired of chasing crickets. I kind of miss old Hank, don't you?" Pete's head came up. "Hank? Now there's an idea." Drover looked around. "Where? Why don't we put on a play?" "A play? I'll be Hank, and you be Rufus. We'll make it a comedy on Hanky." "A comedy? You mean we'll make fun of him?" "Something like that." "That wouldn't be fun." "Well, it might be. I bet Hank would appreciate it." "Of course he would. You know what a wonderful sense of humor he has." "I do?" "Certainly. If he has a single fault, it's that he's always making jokes at his own expense." "Hank does that?" Pete went over and started waving his tail in front of Drover's eyes. The little mutt's head went back and forth in time with it. "And besides, he's not around, remember, Drover? We could do anything we want." Drover glanced over his shoulder. "I don't know about that. Just watch the tail, Drover. Keep your eyes on it. That's better." He brought the tip of his tail under Drover's chin and wound it around his nose. "Maybe so. Heavens, no. I'll do Hank's lines. You just try to be the Doberman Pinscher." "Well, all right." Pete rubbed on Drover's leg. "No one will be any the wiser. Now make up your lines in verse and we'll get into character. Here, watch me. I'll do the Hank walk." He puffed himself up and started swaggering around. Struck me as a real poor acting job. I mean, it was perfectly obvious that he wasn't imitating me. What we had there was a classic example of how a dumb cat can play a dumb part and still come out looking dumb. "And you see," said Pete, "I got my eyes crossed and I'll start running into things." Drover tried not to laugh. "That's not very nice, but it is funny." Pete ran into a post, grabbed his nose. "You're on, Rufus. Say your lines." Drover walked over. "My name is Roof, and I've come with proof that cowdogs are a silly invention. Now get off the ground, let's go round and chew on my bone of contention." Pete grinned and nodded. "Very good. You're a blooming poet, Drover. Do some more, only this time make it a little, nastier." "I don't know, I guess I could try. Let's see here. I'm a Doberman Pinscher and I don't wear dentures. I'm big and I'm mean and I'm rude. You think you're hot stuff, so get off your duff. Hot stuff is my favorite food." Here they are, putting on their play. "Excellent, excellent," Pete tapped his paws. "You're getting the hang of it." Drover gave a silly grin and wagged his stub tail. "You don't think it was too nasty, do you? It's only a play, Drover. It's not real." "I guess you're right, but now it's time for my part. Enter Hanky. Sir Hanky's my name and protection's my game. I usually stay angry and rough. I bet halitosis would beat crosserosis, but dang, I think I've got both." Drover covered his mouth. "Oh, that's terrible. Could you do some more? You like that, Give me a minute to think." While he was thinking, I figured it might be a good time for me to say my part. I had an idea. "My name's Drover. Your little play's over. Beware all you cats and dumb mutts. You've had your good fun, and now you'd best run, 'cause I'm fixing to start kicking butts." I stood up. All eyes were on me, Pete quickly flicking his tail. Cops are here." Drover gasped. "Oh my gosh, I knew we shouldn't. Hi, Hank. Pete made me, I told him." Pete started edging down the fence. "Well, I think I'll do a little mouse patrol." I turned on my incredible speed, and in 3 jumps I had him rolled up into a hissing, spitting ball of fur. Drover started jumping up and down. "Get him, Hanky, get him." We'll finish our book in chapter 12, part 2.